Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for watching another video. So this is the headlamp I'm going to be taking with me to my California trip. That will take me into Sequoia National Park, into Yosemite, and up to Napa Valley. This is the Nitecore Hc68. Let's have a closer look. And as always, guys, if at the ending of the video you feel like purchasing a Nitecore Hc68, make sure you check out the link in the description below. Alright, let's begin with looking at some of the information that's listed on the box here. We can see the included accessories are a USB-C charging cable. It's pretty short in length. We have a replacement package here of O-rings to keep the unit waterproof for the caps. Included also is a 18650 lithium-ion battery, 3500 milliamps. Here's a closer look at the 18650 3500 milliamp battery. It is a button top, not a flat top. And if you're wondering, you can use two CR123 batteries back to back in a pinch to operate the lamp. Alright, looking at the side of the box, we have a turbo mode that gives it this 2000 lumens, a separate LED for spotlight and floodlight. And if you're wondering what type of LEDs they use, we got two luminous SST40W LEDs using TIR optic lenses. Now, if you're not too familiar with what TIR is, it just stands for total internal reflection. And if you look at these, they look a little bit weird. These don't use reflectors like old-fashioned flashlights. What these lenses do is that they help redirect light in a better manner as versus the regular reflector on the outside. Normally with those, when the light hits the reflector, it just kind of spreads. There's some spill on the sides. But with these high polished lenses, it helps better direct the light in specific directions. So the one on the left is the spotlight, and the one on the right is the floodlight. You can see the difference between the two there. And let's bring the box back in here. The other thing I found interesting was this True Vision technology. This basically is a way to adjust the levels while both of the lights are on. Kind of a weird thing, but I'll show you what that is in a second. And if you're wondering about the waterproof rating, it's IP68, so it can be submerged maybe 30 minutes in between 1.5 to 2 meters. Alright, let's have a closer look at the Nitecore Hc68. Let's begin with the head strap. I noticed that they did put some silicone beading here right on the forehead part, so that's going to grip down when you're sweating. They also have a nice support here for the back of the head, so when you're really trying to tighten it down, it squeezes, right? You got support back here to squeeze it in. Good thickness on the strap. Okay, adjustment point up here, as well as on the sides. All right. This does rotate 180 degrees, so it moves around this way. That's just a rubber ring that's holding it in. And you can rotate it down this way. Aluminum body. All right. Plus and minus keys. You can be able to feel that through gloves, as well as the on-off switch here. Like the clicking. So good. Right, again, there's your spotlight, floodlight. Those two right there are your auxiliary red LEDs. Now, the only thing I've been having trouble with is the knurling here. It's very smooth. Now, my hands are not very sweaty. And taking off the battery side, this is where the battery goes in and out, is not too bad with this. But when you're trying to get the USB-C port open, you really got to hold this side. Oh, all right, hang on. I'm going to put this on pause so I can get that undone. All right, there you go. I just need to get proper leverage on there. Now you can see the USB-C charging port there. Yeah, so you just got to get a decent grip on the headlamp, and it's easy to turn. Put that back in a little bit more. All right, there's your tour around the Hc68. Alright guys, let me back up just a second. I just want to draw attention to how these rubber rings are attached into the headband area. So there's a close-up of it in the front. And on the back, just to show you, it is totally flush. So you're not going to have any discomfort around the headband area. Or at least I didn't notice any discomfort. Alright, there's your closer look at the rings there. Alright, let's get a quick size reference here. So here is a AA battery. Okay, see that there? Got to put it on the top of the main body here. It's about the same length there from the top view, from the headband portion there. Okay, about equal distance there. Yeah, a little bit shorter. If you're wondering how large those lenses are, spotlight probably the size of a dime. And then the caps probably about the size of a quarter. Yeah, right about the size of a quarter there. And we'll go back to just a quick reference again on the main body. All right, what about weight? Right, coming in at 5.9 ounces. And that just happens to be roughly the same weight as 7 AA batteries. Alright, let's have a look at the specs here real quickly, and if you want, you can pause it, take a screenshot here. But both the spotlight and the floodlight have 5 different settings, so from ultra low, low, mid, high, and higher. You can see how long each of these lasts, all the way up to the turbo. And here is also a look at the auxiliary red light, as well as beacon and SOS. We'll have a look at these in part 2. I'm going to demonstrate out on a baseball field diamond what each of those look like. Alright, let's have a look at the operations of the HC68. Now normally when I get a new flashlight in, I start with the on and off button and I do 1 quick click, 2 quick clicks, and then a long press just to see how it affects the operation of the LEDs. So let's start off with the quick click. Alright, so it turns on the lamp. Quick click off. Double click. I really like the way that button feels. Okay, so 2 quick clicks turns on the red auxiliary LEDs. 1 click off. Now we're going to go with the long press. I have a feeling this is going to be turbo. I'm going to face it this way. So a long press. Yeah, that's the turbo. You can feel the heat coming off that. So a long press will activate turbo, and 1 quick click off. I really like the way those buttons feel. And just a quick note on turbo mode. Let's say you're hanging around here on ultra low mode. At any point in the operation of the LEDs, if you just long press it, you'll get turbo. Now from this point, you're going to have to single click once to get it back into its regular mode, and 1 more click to turn it off. Alright, let's go back to that single click mode here. I'm going to face the lamp that way so we don't blind each other. So right there, the floodlight is on. You have 5 different settings. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Now this isn't, it doesn't go in a cycle, so you have to come back down with the minus. And then in order to switch sides, it has to be in ultra low mode. So what you're going to do is just long press the corresponding side, and it'll change between sides there. Okay, so I'll go back over to the spotlight now and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'll just cycle down that way. Man, that bulb is so incredibly bright. Now again, remember, it has to be in ultra low mode. Even if you're off by just 1, here's what's going to happen. You see the floodlight here is not on. And if I long press, just like I would to switch sides, here's what happens if you're off by 1 from ultra low. It's going to activate that true vision technology where it brightens and dims each side. And I'm not too sure what I would use that for, but if you're wondering why you can't switch sides, it just has to be in ultra low mode in order for it to switch sides like this. Alright, let's do the double click. That's going to get us into the auxiliary red lights on here. Now if you press the plus button, you get your high red. Then you're going to get your flashing red. Alright, then it's going to move us into your flashing beacon. And then over to your SOS. And then again, not cyclical here. Right, that's the plus button. You got to go down to get back to your low red. And to switch it off, just a single click. Well, alright guys, there's been your quick look at the Nitecore Hc68. Tune into part 2 when we take it outside and have a look at how well it performs in the dark. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.